say after watching that TikTok, there's a lot to unpack. We're going to take the suitcase and we're going to start unpacking one by one the articles of clothing that Alexis was going through, okay?
Definitely.
First and foremost, Andrea, you tell me how you feel about this.
Okay.
But I have to say, I feel like, whether you are exposed to men who have, I don't want to say that I feel like he does extracurricular activities, but I do feel like he does extracurricular activities. So whether or not you have been exposed to men who do extracurricular activities and keep surveillance cameras, keep guns under their pillow, because to have a gun in your house is not weird, but to keep it very close to you can be a little alarming. And then also has a little bit of what sounds like PTSD when you jumping out your sleep like that.
Right.
Unless you have been exposed to that in some type of fashion, like if you have, then this is relatable, and it's relatable for me.
That man definitely probably been exposed once or twice or something.
Not the man, her. I'm saying, like, in her case scenario, like, if we were her, like, looking at her, we feel like it's relatable.
It is definitely relatable. I'm talking about, but, like, he probably been through something already. That's why
that's causing him
got
to have
the
that
cameras,
PTSD.
got the PTSD,
Well,
sleeping with the damn guns.
That's evident that he been through something.
Someone came to his house before.
Of course. He was.
And he wasn't ready.
He was ready for war. That's not no.
Ready now.
Yeah, that's not no, oh, this is me just being protected and prepared. That man, he was waiting on somebody. He's waiting on them at the door. They're in his dreams. Like, in his dreams, he's waking up out of his sleep and being like,
he's ready for war.
He's ready for war.
He don't give a fuck what time it is. He's ready, y'all.
But as the woman, like, actually being next to that type of man, like, I don't feel like this is not something I would be permanently okay with dealing with. But I feel like I have a story like that. Like, I know about what it's like to walk in a house and see surveillance cameras everywhere and see, a lot of extracurricular activities going on around. And you be like, well, do I act like I'm scared, or do I just
feel safe?
Right? Do I feel safe, or do I just play this off like, oh, I've been here, done that, I ain't worried about that. And typically, if you gonna act like you've been here and done that, and deep down inside, you're over there screaming in your soul like, get me the fuck out of here. Are they gonna start shooting?
No, seriously.
Is my mom gonna miss me?
Oh my God. No, that's definitely how. I've been there. I've been there before. I'm not gonna get too deep into it because that's for story time, y'all. But just know that when I was younger, so I felt safe. A part of me felt like real safe. The man who I was dealing with, he definitely slept with a gun by him, like literally. And he had so many guns. But the thing is, he was legal. Like he had him legally licensed to carry. So that's why that's the number one thing that I felt like, all right, he's okay. Like it's not illegal.
But if you're licensed to carry and you have like war guns, that's a little bit.
I mean, shit, niggas like what they like, man. As long as it's gonna kill that person who's trying to get us. If we're in the house and someone come the fuck in.
But yeah,
save me, baby.
And I feel like the thing is, like, do I know you're gonna protect me? Yes, this is not one of those situations where I'm like, black men are protecting women. Like, I know that this black man or whoever this, the men that I was dating were black men.
He was black.
So I know that this black man is going to protect me. It's just that I know that he's protecting me because he knows he has to protect me because he has me in a situation where at some given point we're going to need protection.
He better pass me one of them guns he got over here.
He better hope I know how to shoot. Let me get him shoot.
Hey.
Let me get him shoot.
Hey. Hey.
But I think it's so crazy too is like you think about all the shows of like where you see these type of situations where you're dating like these men who are in the game or have all these things that are set up, and it's like when you actually get in that moment and you're laying next to somebody who is into some shit, you be like, I don't think I could do this. Like, I couldn't do this for long. Like, when I dated somebody who was, like, affiliated with extracurricular activities, I knew that it was probably not going to last long, and I knew I was going to have fun with it, and I prayed every time I had fun.
And that's the thing. It's like you're in it to have fun. You know what they're about. I mean, regardless of the bad or good extracurricular activities, Misha keeps saying, you're just having fun. Like, you do shit when you're young. Right. But as you get older, you realize, like, all right, I could never, ever, ever go back and be like, I'll fuck with him again if he's still out here doing the same type of shit.
Like I'll settle down and marry him. I think that's, like, a good point, too. Like, no. I'm not settling down and marrying the guy who is into extracurricular activities because at the end of the day, like, that means I'm signing up for your lifestyle, and that's a career that I can't back up. Like, when you think of, like, a lot of these different situations, different shows and stuff will, like, break down for you how, like, you get in to get out, right? And it's one of those things where, like, for instance, Ghost and Power. He was in it heavy. He was affiliated with it. His family was definitely the target sometimes.
They always was the target.
It was always the target sometimes. And his point was he wanted to get out, but it was always like it kept pulling him back in at certain instances.
Right.
Like, and I'm not saying like TV is life, but like I can't sign up for no shit like that. Like I can't sign up to one day not have you with me or have to run shit on my own or not even be here to raise our kids. So no, it's definitely fun boy.
Right.
Fun boy, and I hope that nobody ever realizes how closely together we were. If you ever tell me you love me, I'm gonna be like, no, you don't.
Right.
You do not love me, baby. This is all a facade. This is all a dream.
It was all a dream.
I just feel like it's one of them things like too where it's like you gotta make sure when you're in those situations that you're also protecting yourself, because at any given moment you could lose everything that you worked really hard for.
Definitely.
So although it's like we're laughing and it's fun and games, it's also too like, you know, be very cautious, because like you go to somebody's house and you think you're spending the night with some dude that you really, really like and you're having a good time, and now you're in the middle of a shootout.
I cannot wait to tell y'all my story.
Look, I looked over at you.
I cannot wait to tell my story.
And now you are in the middle of a shootout.
And like, you just never know. Bullets don't have names on them.
They don't.
So you can get hit. The person next to you can hit. The kid down the street might get hit. You know, it's just a scary situation, especially dealing with weapons that could definitely kill you.
Exactly. I feel like it's just at the end of the day, it's one of them things like, it's fun while it lasts, but it's dangerous to talk to like men who you know are into extracurricular activities, because anytime you put yourself in a situation to be like around someone who you know is into those things, you kind of just are at the, I guess you would say like the defense of whatever they're at. Like, so what I'm trying to say is like whatever issues they have, whether or not you know about those issues, I mean, it's basically going to be a problem either way. So the only thing you could really do is just try to make sure that you keep yourself like as safe as possible. I mean, Alexis even like made a really funny statement where she was like, oh my gosh, Alexis, what are you doing? Like, what are we doing here? I definitely had my, oh my gosh, Lamisha,
She
are you
obviously
doing?
liked the man.
Yeah, I mean,
She probably knew what he had going on. She probably just didn't expect going to his house and seeing cameras. But if you already know what he got going on, you already know he's probably one of the safest probably men in the room.
exactly.
So, I mean, she probably went right back the next day.
Went back the next day. I mean, you never know. She might have felt safe. I can't speak for Alexis. I know me personally, I ain't staying that damn long.
Right.
I'm gonna be texting him real lightly. He gonna be spending money on me. But I ain't gonna be. We gonna be having fun for a couple weeks. But I don't know if I'm spending the night at his house ever again. He might have to come stay at my house next time.
He gonna bring all the guns.
And at that, when he stays at my house, I'm gonna need him to make sure that nobody knows. He needs to take the car that sits, because you know he got a few cars. Take the car that sits off to the left that don't nobody know about, and come bring your ass over here.
Don't bring the Bentley ever today.
I'm trying to tell you.
Bring the motherfucking Honda.
But no, with that being said, we really cannot wait to tell you our story time.
Yes.
So we will bring y'all back for our story time here in a second.